I was a real estate agent in Nashville.
Him being a football coach.
Build log homes.
I've been in the car business 10 years.
I was a performance coach.
When we first started LIMU, we had a combined 9 jobs.
I was a full-time college athlete.
And I was on the road a lot, touring and playing music.
I'm an occupational therapist. I'm in healthcare.
Amber was in pharmaceuticals. I was in selling spine hardware.
I was a 12-year real estate appraiser in Louisiana.
Well, being an accountant was sitting behind a desk, looking at 2 computer screens, dialing in numbers, looking at other people making money. That was kind of gross.
We had gone through a lot. We weren't at a very good point in our marriage. Lots of things. We weren't spending enough time with one another. We didn't make enough time for one another.
We have a handicapped child. He's had 15 major surgeries. We go all the way up to Baltimore, Maryland, down to West Palm Beach, Florida for our son. And when we do a surgery, my wife is usually there about 6 months. I have to rent a house for her. It gets very expensive.
I miss so much of my children's lives. You know, I work 24-hour call. That means they call me anytime, day or night. I pack my bags, I go offshore. I stay there until the well's complete. I come home, and it might be for 3 days, it might be for 3 weeks.
When we got started building this business, my husband most of the time traveled. He chased hailstorms, and he would go repair their cars, and he would spend 9 to 10 months out of the year on the road. And our daughter learned what FaceTime was at a year old, and we knew that we didn't want that to become our normal life.
I worked really hard. I graduated with 2 degrees, and at the time I thought that 2 degrees are gonna get me a safe and secure job right away as soon as I got out of school. But I started realizing with different wake-up calls that as soon as I graduated, I needed more money.
You know, it was the standard. Meet with the same 4 guys every morning at 6 a.m., carpool an hour, sometimes an hour and a half to a job site. Whether it was cold, you didn't feel good, it didn't matter. You had to make it to the job site. You couldn't afford to miss a day of work. I was just sort of getting by.
We just got married, and we didn't really have a lot of time for each other.
We really weren't very in a great place financially, and we did not have the money to start up, I guess you could say, but I took a leap of faith and knew that nothing else was working for our family, so this was something that we had to do. We didn't have another choice.
You do things out of inspiration or desperation, and so we started building this for the money. I mean, we were broke, we had bills to pay like everybody else. But it wasn't long after sharing our story with people and seeing other people get results and replacing their income and getting free BMWs that my reason for doing this changed. And it was all about who else could I touch and who else could I help get where I was going because of the people that helped me get there.
We were living paycheck to paycheck and barely getting by. And
we just saw LIMU as a vehicle to take us to what we'd always wanted to do in our dreams and passions.
We started seeing families affected, their lives affected, and that's kind of been our mission for a long time. And so the LIMU experience has been able to further what we call our mission work, to go out and affect families in a positive way that want to hand up.
And I'll tell you, when I first started, I thought just an extra $500 a month would be great. That would relieve some stress in our household. But that quickly grew to a couple thousand, and then several thousand. And so now, you know, looking at being able to replace my full-time income and my husband's income has been a true blessing.
And I said, why not? You know, and I dove in and started having pretty good success pretty quick. Got in the BMW in a little over 2 months. And a lot of my friends started to notice that. And it kind of built this excitement within our community, and it just kept going from there, and I kind of got addicted to it.
The only time I could plan anything is on vacations. And this is just totally different. I mean, we go and do what we want to do when we want to do it, and we answer to each other. You know, we don't have a boss to answer to. And that is a great, great feeling.
You know, I've worked my entire life. I've been taught as a kid to work your entire life, to save up retirement, to have passive residual income for that time when you don't want to or can't work anymore. And I thought it would be 65, 70 years old, and never thought at 32 years old that I would be able to have that. And it's exciting. It really is.
LIMU has brought us together. We are completely a team now, and we've never been happier than now.
This is, to be honest with you, this is the first time, I would say probably in 7.5, going on 8 years now, that we don't owe a doctor some money for our son. So that's what LIMU and this opportunity has done for me and my family.
We came from the day that we signed up in this company, we borrowed the money because we were overdrawn in our checking account, almost $400. I had literally $40 to my name the day that we signed up, and within about 40 days, we completely changed our life.
There was never anything like the LIMU experience. I mean, not only do you work for yourself and you're growing this business with unlimited potential, but you're rewarded with so much stuff along the way. I mean, the car, the trips, the bonuses. I can't describe how awesome of an opportunity this is to be a part of.
Had all these naysayers, people I'd talked to, you know, on the track team and in my class, or when you gonna drive that BMW? When you gonna drive that BMW? You know, and I got my car, and then every one of those people that had said that to me, I went back and was like, hey, check what I got. You know, check out what I got. A BMW? Yeah, it's the LIMU. Yeah, exactly.
You know, I'm full-time LIMU, and if this is full-time work, it's one of the most gratifying things I've ever done to truly be able to go out and help people.
If the company wasn't here, I wouldn't be able to experience what I've experienced. It's not so much about the car or the money or the products and how much it has helped me, but it's just about the relationships we've been able to cultivate. It's just about the person I am today. It's not the person I was, especially 24 months ago. So that experience alone is just by far priceless.
Anybody can do this, anybody. Stay-at-home moms, you know, business owners, anybody.